The Home Depot run is a rite of passage, a ritual that my son and I have, and we've had it for years. And I'll always go to Home Depot to pick up lumber or building materials. I do a lot of Halloween props and things of that nature. So I always take my son with me, or I always did when he was, before he was an adult. And it was always, he always dreaded it. And I was like, come on, son, we're gonna go to Home Depot. And it's a good time to show, you know, just basic handyman skills, or where tools are at, you know, what fasteners you need, or what dimensional lumber looks like. There's a lot of different things that you can learn just by walking around Home Depot together, and you know a little bit about construction or building materials. And so I would take him to whenever we needed supplies. But the more important part of that was whenever I would take him in the drive to and from, or maybe we'd go get lunch afterwards. Sometimes I would do that. But where the value of that is it creates that time, and I've mentioned this in other videos. You create space and for conversations to happen. So maybe he would talk about his relationship with girls at school. Maybe he had an issue with another student at school. He was playing football at the time. Maybe we talk about football, or we talk about wrestling, or we would talk about, you know, whatever hobbies or interests they were in. If he was going to go to college, what kind of college he was go to. But you always have that time where, in a way, it's forced, but it's also a neutral environment. You're not sitting at the dinner table grilling the person. You're just in a car together. I don't turn the radio on, and it's dead silence, and people don't like that. So you start to fill that silence with conversation, and you just kind of naturally feel out where the conversation goes. And the funny thing is he tells me now, and he's 20, he'll be 22 in August. He tells me now that he still misses those conversations, that he wishes that we would have had more of them. And I think that's super important when you're raising your kids, that you make time for them to kind of express their worldview and opinions, not in a heavy-handed way. You just create the environment for that to happen. You'll get a lot of value, your kids will appreciate it, and they'll love you even more even after you don't do it anymore.